Thank you, all of you, for joining us today. I hope you had a wonderful summer break. And after the summer, we will resume the webinar sessions that we hold in collaborations with all our members. I am sure that more people will join us, but I think that we're gonna start now. My name is Marta Fernández de Alarcón. I am the Secretary General of the Spanish Business Council, and I want to welcome you to this webinar about essential services for expats navigating your move to the UAE with one of our members of the chamber, GloboPrime. As you may know, they are specialists in the attestation and legal translation of educational, marriage, birth, and commercial documents issued from any country and for use in any country with support of global network or of direct partners. I introduce you to dig into relevant topics for any expat moving in the UAE, as for example, attestation of documents, Golden Visa, equivalency of certificates from the Ministry of Education, etc. So I am delighted to present today for this webinar our amazing experts from GloboPrime. They are Karen Fernandez, attestation expert, Lexmi Maya, operations, and Donna Souza, managing director. I want to say thank you for your collaboration and your support. So I don't want to waste time to our speakers today. Let's start, and at the end of the webinar, we will explore a Q&A with the speakers. So thank you so much, and you're gonna start now.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Donna, and I'm the Managing Director of GloboPrime Attestation Services. We've been in the industry for more than 8 years. We specialize in document attestation and legal translation services. A special thanks to the Spanish Business Council for giving us this wonderful platform to present our services and to reach the audience who require our services. So GloboPrime, we have 3 various branches of services. One is into attestation. The second one is we do corporate services in Abu Dhabi, where we do business setup services as well. And we have a new launch of study abroad services. So these are the 3 main verticals we have currently. So GloboPrime was launched in 2016 with the aim of assisting and helping expats moving into the UAE to get their documents attested. So whether you're an individual looking to attest your documents, your degrees, your marriage and birth certificates of the family, or whether you're looking at expanding your business into the UAE and want to attest your commercial documents, we assist with the complete process from the very beginning to the end. So it's an end-to-end service we provide. Apart from that, there are a couple of other services that we have, which is the equivalency certificate, very, very important at the moment on the ground in UAE. So these are some of the documents we attest for UAE and for all countries in GCC as well. So quick facts about GloboPrime. We've been in the established in 2016. We're headquartered in Dubai with 120 service partners worldwide. We have our office in Chennai, India, and we have an office in Abu Dhabi as well. So our unique selling point would be our direct service partner network, who help us on the ground at origin to attest documents for us and do various other legal activities for GloboPrime. So this is some of the comprehensive services we offer. So Karen and Lakshmi will take it forward and explain to you in detail. So these are the 2 major milestones we've achieved in 2024. We've opened our office in Abu Dhabi and we've launched the study abroad service in India. To date, we have attested more than 15,000 documents, and we are planning to explore our markets of Qatar and Saudi in the next 2 years to come. This is some of the feedback from our clients where we've given them super service. They are delighted with our services and they are very happy. So we look forward to, assisting you as well in any attestation, translation services or equivalency golden visa that you may have. So this is basically a case study of one of our clients we've helped to attest his documents from the UK for the UAE. So this is exactly the process. So Lakshmi and Karen will explain the process of attestation from Spain, especially for the UAE and GCC at large. So we are very proud to say that we've been featured in the Gulf News recently about equivalency. Many of you might have read the article, as well as we featured in one of the magazines in India, which is Silicon India. So contact us, let us help you to attest your documents. And I'll hand you over to Karen, who will give you a brief description about the meaning of attestation, authentication, and Karen would take it forward from there until equivalency. So Karen, over to you.
Thank you, Donna. Hello, everyone. My name is Karen. I'm with GloboPrime since 2019. I'm here with, as an attestation expert, and today I'll be speaking about the legalization process, the types of documents that undergo the legalization process, and the services from UAE for use outside the country of UAE. And then I'll also be speaking about one of the hottest topic, which is equivalency certificate from UAE Ministry of Education. So let's get started. Before I proceed, I just wanted to know how many of y'all have attested your certificates. You may just comment as I have in the chat option. It will give us the idea. So let me begin. So what is legalization? It is also known as document authentication or attestation. It's a process of certifying a document's legitimacy so it can be recognized and accepted in a foreign country. This process typically involves various steps of verification from different government authorities in the country of origin and also in the country of use or destination. The purpose of legalization is to verify the authenticity of the document, to confirm that the signatures on the document is genuine, to ensure that the document is recognized and accepted in a foreign country or jurisdiction, to prevent fraud and to protect against the use of falsified documents. So the process of legalization generally involves true copy certification or the notarization of the certificate. As most of the European people, they do not prefer to have any kind of stamps on their original documents. So our service partner generally has a copy, then he gets it notarized from a notary public. Sometimes it is like a certified true copy, which is retrieved from the university. Or sometimes for some countries, the attestation has to be done on the original certificates. So the process would be true copy certification or the notarization of the certificate, attestation from the Ministry of Education, attestation from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the home country. Then the main important would be the attestation from the UAE Embassy in the home country. And finally, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the country of use or the destination country. So if the document is going to be used here in UAE, it has to be attested by the UAE Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Since we are doing this webinar in collaboration with the Spanish Business Council, I have also wanting to brief about the legalization process that's done from Spain. All the courses or the study what you obtain from Spain must be accredited to the Ministry of Education. The process would be the attestation from Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. There's a very important translation that needs to be done for the UAE Embassy to accept the document. So we also do the translation from Spanish to English, and then goes the attestation from the UAE Embassy in Madrid, Spain. Finally, it is brought back to UAE and it is attested by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in UAE. The whole process from Spain to UAE takes about 30 working days, and we require the original certificate for attestation. Here are the samples of the attested certificate. On my left-hand side is the marriage certificate, which is attested, and on the other side is the attested degree. So you see a bluish color stamp, which is from the UAE Embassy in Spain, and there's a pink color rectangular stamp, which is from the UAE Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The rest other seals you see are from the verification entities in Spain. Okay, as you have understood that the legalization has to undergo different entities, so it does take time. So there's an alternate which is called as apostille. It's a form of authentication which is issued to documents for use in countries that are participated to the Hague Convention of 1961. It certifies the authenticity of the signature, seal, or stamp on a document to verify its legitimacy for use in country. This apostille is a simplified form of legalization for use of documents for use abroad. It is issued in countries that are signatory to the Hague Convention only. Like there are approximately 90 plus countries which are signatories to the Hague Convention. So use of documents originating from the Hague Convention treaty countries, if they want to use the document in another Hague Convention treaty or member country, then it's just the apostille that needs to be obtained. No need to undergo various steps of verification or attestation. And it is applied to the birth certificate, educational records, court documents, and official papers. The process is, it is issued by the designated authority, which is mainly the ministry in the country of origin. And format would be typically a square certificate, which is an apostille stamp. Now I'll be covering about the importance of document legalization. The main importance is for the education purpose because legalization authenticates academic credentials for studying abroad. If you wish to study abroad, you need to have your certificate attested. It also verifies your qualification for international job purpose. Suppose you're intending to travel to another country, then your legalization has to be done on your educational certificates. So if you do it well in advance, it helps you for a smooth transition in another country. Then international business, because it validates contracts, certificates, and corporate documents. It facilitates cross-border mergers, acquisitions, and partnerships. Also for legal proceedings, because it ensures the admissibility of a foreign document in court, supports international legal cooperation and enforcement. Immigration and citizenship, because it verifies personal documents for visa applications. So you need to have your documents attested for your visa application. Authenticates documents for citizenship or residency purpose. International trade, because it validates export-import licenses. You need to have your documents attested. Ensures compliance with the international trade regulations. Personal matters, authenticates personal documents for use abroad. If you wish to sponsor your spouse, children, you need to have your marriage and birth certificates attested. It facilitates international adoption and family-related legal matters. What are the consequences of lack of attestation if you do not have your documents attested? Failing to have a document properly attested can lead to a range of negative consequences, including rejection or invalidation. Documents that are not attested may be deemed invalid or unacceptable by the receiving party, leading to delays, complication, or outright rejection of the document. Legal complication, the use of unattested documents can result in legal issues such as disputes over the validity of contracts, difficulties in immigration processes, or challenges in the legal proceedings. Financial losses, if you do not have your documents attested, then you can lead to missed business opportunities, additional cost in rectifying the issue, penalties for non-compliance, etc. The use of unattested documents can also harm on individuals or organizations' reputation. This is mainly when you do not have your educational certificates, you may not have the designated job title, and like undermining trust and credibility in the eyes of partners or clients and or authorities. So we have, like Donna explained to you, we have service partners in 120 plus countries. So we can attest a document originating from any country for use in any country, mainly GCC. And here are the various types of documents which require legalization or attestation process. They can be ranged in wide categories, starting from personal documents, which is marriage certificate, birth, divorce, death certificates, adoption papers, name change documents, personal identification documents such as your passport, ID, national ID, educational documents, diplomas, degrees, transcript, certificates of graduation, school records, school transfer certificates when you're traveling from, when you want to travel to another country and pursue your or continue your schooling there, you need to have your school transfer certificate attested. Personal or professional documents, which is professional license such as your medical license, legal engineering license, work experience certificate, letters of employment, professional certificates. Then we can also attest legal documents such as power of attorneys, affidavits, court orders, legal contracts, wills and testaments, notarized documents. We are also attesting the documents which are originating from UAE for use in outside the country of UAE. So, which is also called as embassy attestation, or which requires embassy attestation from UAE. So prior to having your documents attested, there's a attestation which is required to be done by the issuing authorities. If it's a company or a commercial documents, they have to be attested by the Free Zone Authority or the Chamber of Commerce, depending on the location of the company. This is usually done by the PRO or the owner of the company. If it's educational certificates, they have to be, or they are usually issued by the KHD attestation or Ministry of Education attestation. So what we are going to next is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then the consulate or the embassy attestation, and if a legal translation, which is if required. So until now, we have successfully attested documents which are destined for use in Spain, Portugal, Italy, Brazil, etc. via embassies in Abu Dhabi. So we also do the legal translation, which is simply converting a text from one language to another. We are doing general translation, which is basically from like a text, the translation from a content to another, like which is required in a required language. We also do a legal translation, which is done once the certificate is attested. So it requires a deep understanding of the legal system, terminology, and the cultural nuances of both the source and the targeted language. Experienced legal translators must possess specialized knowledge to accurately convey the legal implications and the intent of the original document. So we can assist with the legal translation in following languages, which is English to Arabic, which is mainly required in UAE and most of the GCC countries. English to Portuguese and vice versa. We can do from Portuguese to English or English to Portuguese. Same with Spanish, Italian, Russian, English to Dutch, and vice versa. Now, I'll be speaking about one of the most prime topic, which is equivalency certificate. It's now currently called as the recognition of university certificate. This service is issued by the Ministry of Education in UAE. This service will provide you with the certificate confirming that your higher education degree, which is earned from an accredited university outside the country of UAE, complies with UAE Ministry of Education guidelines and international academic standard. You can use this certificate when seeking employment, pursuing higher education in UAE, or applying for a golden visa. It comprises of two distinct stages. First, you need to verify your degree with one of the Ministry of Education trusted partners. And secondly, you will then have to apply for the equivalency or the certificate of recognition from Ministry of Education. So the first thing, the verification process, which is done by the data flow or quadruped. So GloboPrime will assist with the application of your verification through either one of the trusted partners, such as Dataflow or quadruped. This process, they will contact your university and verify certain details about your degree. And it takes approximately 1 to 2 months, depending on the response from the university. Once you have a positive response or, a report which is generated and then goes to the Ministry of Education. Once you have this report ready, we can then proceed to the application for equivalency from Ministry of Education. So GloboPrime will assist with the application certificate through MOE, and thereafter we will also follow up with the MOE team to get a clarification or if any updates. So this process takes about 7 to 10 working days to have or finalize your result and finally have your equivalency certificate. Who requires certificate of recognition or equivalency certificate? So the first one is students, whether you are studying in UAE or want to pursue higher education, you need to have your previous qualification equalized in order to have your admission confirmed here in UAE. Teachers, professors, and faculty members to have your license for teaching. Engineers to have their engineering license. You need to have equivalency certificate. Expats in government offices also need to have equivalency certificate to confirm their job roles. Doctors, nurses, and medical staff. And finally, for those applicants who are applying for Golden Visa, you need to have the equivalency certificate of your educational qualification. Certificates that cannot be recognized or that cannot be equalized. The department sometimes receives certificates that fail to meet the specified recognition criteria. Unfortunately, in these cases, the certificate cannot be recognized. The reason for non-recognition may differ based on the field of study or the type of university. Some of the reasons are listed here. I'll just briefly read out to you so you can understand. So a student who has studied outside in the country of UAE at an institution without authorization to operate in the higher education field, the institution which is not recognized by Ministry of Education in UAE, the institution which is not accredited by relevant academic accreditation bodies in the country of study, the student did not fulfill the attendance requirement in the country of study, the student did not obtain a bachelor's degree prior to having a master's degree, the student did not the student certificate of his previous degree, which is bachelor's, was not approved. The study was conducted through one of the non-recognized or non-traditional modes of studies such as distance learning, open learning, online learning. The student did not obtain the licensure examination in Philippines. This is for the Philippines, the clients who have studied in Philippines. The study period proved to be shorter than the period required to obtain relevant degrees. Say, for example, if it's a bachelor's degree, the minimum years of study should be 3 years. The study institution is not listed by the Ministry of Education for distance education. There was insufficient evidence presented to confirm the authenticity of the degree. This is during the verification period where they have a certain list of the details which are required to be obtained from university. The study program is not within the mandate of the Certificate Recognition Committee. The student studied at an institute other than the institution that issued the degree. The academic program is not accredited by specialized professional accrediting organizations in the country of origin. The percentage of study hours conducted in the non-traditional modes exceeded the allowed percentage set by the Ministry of Education. The percentage of transferred credit hours exceeded the allowed percentage set by the Ministry of Education. The study college is not recognized by Ministry of Education. It was impossible to obtain evidence of the institution's accreditation from the academic accreditation bodies in the country of study. The certificates, and finally, the certificate violates the certain certificate recognition conditions. So these are the conditions where the certificate cannot be recognized. So here I have covered up about the details on equivalency. So if you have any questions, you may leave them in the chat box, and at the end of the segment, we will be speaking on them. I'll be putting on to my colleague, Lakshmi. She will be explaining to you about Golden Visa and the attestation of commercial documents. Here you go, Lakshmi.
Thank you, Karen. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this wonderful webinar. This is Lakshmi. I am working with GloboPrime for last 6 years from 2018. In this webinar, I'll be covering mainly the Golden Visa, normal dependent visa, and the Spanish commercial document legalization. Let's move on. First, we will see about the Golden Visas. As we all know, UAE is the most recent the authority has provided for the residency is the Golden Visa opportunity. So when it comes to Golden Visa, we always have the confusion where to apply, what to do, and the things. So in Golden Visa, we mainly have two categories. One is for the Golden Visa holders of Dubai, and one is for the other Emirates. So for a person who is having a Dubai visa, want to apply for a Golden Visa, can apply for it through the GDRFA portal. And for the all other Emirates, it should be from the ICP portal. Now let's see what are the main criteria and main documents required. First, we will see the Dubai Golden Visas. These are the main five categories which we usually are commonly seen for the Golden Visas. One is the manager category, then PhD holders, top 100 universities, outstanding students, and the investors. So when we apply for Golden Visa, we always have what are the process is happening inside the immigration. What is the scope of services? So let's see what are the scope of services. So when we get an application, we will put the application in the immigration. Then we will get the pre-approval from the immigration. Once pre-approval is done, we will proceed with the medical. Once the medical is come in positive, then only we will be asking our clients to cancel their current visa. Once their current visa is cancelled by the authority, within 24 to 48 hours, their golden visa will be automatically issued. Once the golden visa is issued, we will proceed with the Emirates ID typing and also with the Emirates ID delivery. Altogether, the main thing, the golden visa process will take maximum 1.5 weeks only. Now let's see more about the documents and the categories. So mainly for Dubai, we usually commonly see is the manager category golden visa. So those who are in a manager category, they always like to have a golden visa. So in that category, these are the documents required. So as we all know, the company which we are working should always give us an NOC that they don't have any objection for us to give a golden visa. That is the main document. Next comes the attested degree. Our degree, that means when we say degree, it should be the bachelor's or master's or PhD need to be attested, and it need to be equalized by the authority of Ministry of Education in UAE. These are the main three categories, the main document that is required. Next comes the salary certificate. So a person who is having in a manager position, who's having a salary of 30K can always apply for the manager category golden visa. Along with that, we always require the labor contract, then the latest 6-month bank statement. Then the other documents are passport copy, visa copy, Emirates ID copy, and a passport size picture. Only these documents are required, then we can get the golden visa in the manager category. Now let's see what about the next one. It is the top 100 university and outstanding students. So for top 100 university, at the moment, UAE is only allowing the applicants to put their application who has done their bachelor's. Only the bachelor's who are done from the top 100 university, they are eligible for golden visa. In that case also, equivalency is mandatory and the residence visa is required for the equivalency. And for top 100 university, if you are a graduate from 2015 and more, we will be able to give you the golden visa based on that. Then for the outstanding students, when we say outstanding students, it's mainly for the UAE actually. Those who are graduated from UAE, from the school or the institute or from the university who are studied from UAE, those who got a GPA of 3.8 can apply for golden visa. In this case, the university or the school or the university or the institute has to nominate them. Once the nomination is approved from the immigration, we can apply with the golden visa for these categories. Next comes the property holders and investors. So when we say the property holders and investors, the process will be always same. A process will be like application will be submitted. And if you have a property here in UAE, the DED verification will be done for your property. So the property value should be minimum 2 million outside the mortgage. That is the main point that we have to be noted. Then we will put the pre-approval, then medical, cancellation of the current visa, then the golden visa will be issued, followed by the Emirates ID. In the case of investors, so if you have a company or if you are invested in any other companies or if you own your own companies, the documents required are a bit different from others. So in that category, the main document required is your trade license of the company. Audit report, the company should have an audit report, VAT submissions document, then auditor's license is required, auditor certificate is required, then the 6-month bank statement is also required. Now let's see the points to be noted for the golden visa. So when we apply for golden visa, there are some criteria which have to be always matched. So first is a designation. So when we apply based on our category, like on our designation, if we have a manager or executive or like an engineer or in that category, we are applying the golden visa based on a designation. In that case, the visa, the designation on the visa and on the labor contract should be same. Because if we always come across the executives who have their visas like managers or like executives on their visas, but the labor contract will be different. In that case, no, it will be rejected. So always make sure the visa designation on visa and the labor contract are same. Second is the salary certificate. So we should always have the latest 6 months back statement to get the application go through. Then comes the dependents. So we always the sponsors always have a confusion when they are applying for the golden visa, what the dependents will be having. So when we are doing the application for them, for the main sponsor, their dependents will be under hold. We will put them under hold when we put the application in the immigration. And once the sponsor got his golden visa, then automatically their hold will be removed and they will go back to their normal 2-year or 3-year visa. So once either the sponsor can start the procedures of dependent visas for them now itself, or after they can still stay on that same visa of 1 year or 2 year. And after once it is going to expire, they can apply for the dependents golden visa. Now comes the top 100 universities. When it comes to top 100 university, as I explained before, only the bachelor's categories are at the moment, they're only considering the bachelor's degrees. So those who have done the master's and PhD from top 100 university, at the moment, they are not considering. They're only looking forward the bachelors who had done from the top 100 university. Then comes the real estate. When it comes to the real estate, the property, the total value of the property should be 1 million, and some of the sponsors will be having more than 2 or 3 property. But based on one property only, we will be able to provide you the golden visa. Then comes the outstanding students. When it comes to outstanding students, the school or the university has to nominate them. Once the nomination will be done from the university or the school, it will be approved by the immigration. Then followed by, we will proceed further with the application and the cancellation, followed by the issuing of the golden visa. Then, as I explained, the salary. The salary before it was like the basic should be 30K. Now they have removed that criteria, and now the overall amount can be of 30K, need to be credited every month for the of a period of 6 months onto their account. Then we'll be able to provide with the golden visa, Dubai golden visa. Now let's see about the Abu Dhabi golden visa. In Abu Dhabi, most of the people like to invest under the investor category or real estate category and on the manager category. These are the main common categories which is applying in Abu Dhabi based on for the golden visa. So when we say about the investor category, let's see the criteria, eligibility criteria. It should be either they should have a 2 million deposit, or they should have a company of 3 million worth, or they have to provide a proof of tax payment, minimum amount of 2.5 million per year for 2 years prior to their application. So if you are coming under any of these categories, then of course in the investor category, we can apply for the golden visa. In this criteria, the documents required are is same, like a trade license of the company is always required. Then also required a certificate called commercial registration certificate. This certificate will show the share of each sponsor, that means each shareholders of the company. And also required a letter from the bank that shows the overall amount. That means the gross amount of the company is not less than 2 million. Then comes the insurance certificate. We should always have an insurance certificate if you're applying for a golden visa in any other emirate than the Dubai. Then comes the real estate. So if you're having a property in Abu Dhabi and want to apply for a golden visa based on the property, the main criteria, eligibility criteria, is that you should have the real estate purchase with a minimum value of 2 million outside the mortgage. Okay. So in that, documents required are specialized into 2 categories. One is fully on real estate. Second one is for mortgage real estate. For fully on real estate, the purchase agreement registered with Department of Municipalities and Transport, which shows the value of the property is not less than 2 million at the time of purchase. Either this purchase agreement need to be provided, or there's another document called real estate unit value. This is also issued by the Department of Municipalities and Transport. So any of these, one of these documents need to be submitted if you are having a fully owned real estate. When it comes to the mortgage of real estate, again, the document required is like real estate unit value. That is also issued by the Department of Municipalities and Transport need to be issued, and also required a certificate issued by the Department of Municipality and Transport, evidencing that the property is not subject to seizure by any judicial authority and has a value of 2 million. So these are the main two criteria categories in the coming on the real estate golden visa. And there are this like some additional informations are also there. So if you are having a mortgage, so national banks, they will provide the mortgage for are permitted for the real estate worth of 2 million. So if you have a property of 5 million and the mortgage should not be exceed 3 million. So if you have a 5 million property, that 2 million should come from our side, 3 million can be of the mortgage, which we can make, and we can provide the golden visa based on that as well. Now comes to the manager category. When it comes to the manager category, it is similar to our Dubai manager category only. The NOC from the company is required, attested degree is required. Equivalency is like depends. So for some degrees they will ask for the equivalency certificate. Like if you have a diploma or if you have any courses has been done, in that case, no, it is very difficult to get the golden visa. So you should have a proper bachelor's or master's or PhD degree. And when we put the application, then after verifying the application and verifying the document, then only they will confirm whether the equivalency is required or not. Then comes the salary. Salary should be there also should be 30K. Then labor contract is required. Then passport copy, visa copy, Emirates ID copy. The latest 6-month bank statements are required. Then passport size picture, and then the insurance certificate. Insurance certificate is mandatory even in Abu Dhabi also. Then these are the advantages of having a golden visa in UAE. As we all know, long-term residency. So golden visa will give you the 10-year residency here, which will make the process more easy actually. Otherwise, every 2 years or 3 years, we have to keep on renewing our insurance. We have to renew our medicals. We have to do the Emirates ID renewal. Everything needs to be like this. If you get a golden visa based on the categories, it will be make your things more easy actually. No need of a local sponsor. So you can work in a company without the visa from that company. If you're having a golden visa, the company will provide you a labor card or labor contract. Under that, will be able to work on the company, or we can start up our own companies if we have a golden visa. Then business opportunity. As we all know, if we want to start up an LLC company in UAE, we always want a local, like a Emirati national or a local sponsor to be there. If you have a golden visa, you can even explore the business outside the free zone with all the advantages. Then family sponsorship. When it comes to family sponsorship, if a sponsor is having a golden visa, they can always sponsor their family. When we say family, they can sponsor their wife or husband, kids, and their parents. Note the in-laws are not included at the moment. At the moment, they are not providing for the in-laws. Only the families can be sponsored. Property ownership. So if you are a person with a golden visa, it is easy for you to get the mortgage and to get a property here in UAE. Ease of travel. Ease of travel, with the golden visa, you can easily travel within GCC countries, which can be very beneficial for the business and personal reasons. Access to UAE services. When it comes to access to UAE services, you can, with the UAE pass application, and if you have a golden visa holder, you can easily open a bank account here, secure the home loans, get the insurance without any residency constraints. Okay. Then comes the tax benefits. The UAE has no personal income tax. In that case, which can be significantly financially advantageous for high earners and the investors. So these are the main advantages of having a golden visa. Now we will move forward with the next section of visa, which is our normal dependent visa. As we all know, not everyone can afford golden visa, but still UAE you will always open the gate for to have the dependents under 2 or 3 years. A person having a 4K salary, 4,000 dirham salary in UAE can still bring their loved ones, and we can be stayed with them in UAE under 2-year or 3-year visa. So a person is having a 2-year visa will automatically, they can sponsor their family and they will also get a 2 years visa. So the basic documents required are tenancy contract, 1 month bank statement showing the 4K salary credition. Then we require the Emirates ID of the sponsor, salary certificate, attested deed. If the person is having, if you're going to sponsor the wife and kids, then their attested marriage certificate, attested birth certificate is required. Then the legal Arabic translation of all these documents are also required. Along with that, we require the passport copy of the dependent and the sponsor, then visa copy of the sponsor, and also we require the UAE pass application of the sponsor. If we have all these documents, we can make the dependent visa easy. So when it comes to dependent visa, what are the process involved? First we will create a sponsor for creation. If the dependent is inside, we can do the inside entry permit and we can change the status. If the dependent is outside, we will do the outside entry permit. After the status change is done, an e-visa will be issued. Once this e-visa is issued, we will get a 60 days grace period to do the medical and the Emirates ID. So within the 60 days, we have to do the medical and the Emirates ID. Once this is done, automatically the e-visa, the main visa will be issued. As we all know, there is no visa stamping at the moment in UAE. So it will be automatically issued by the authority and it will be linked with our Emirates ID. So here the points to be noted. So okay, first is the insurance. Other than Dubai visa holders, all other Emirates who want to sponsor their dependent always should have an insurance here. Then maids and parents visa. In that maids and parents visa, if a person is having 15K to 20K salary, can always sponsor the maid and parents here, but that is only for 1 year. Every year you need to renew the maids and parents visa here. So next one is the immigration. So sometimes the immigration authority will request the sponsor to come to the immigration to show them the documents directly to the authorities, like such as original passport and Emirates ID. They will verify, then only they will provide the visas. This comes only when we are applying for domestic visas and for the parents visas. For maids and parents, the sponsor should have minimum 15 to 20K salary and should have a tenancy contract of 2 BHK. Then if the sponsor and the maid are of same nationality, sometimes they will even ask for an affidavit from the corresponding consulate. So next we'll move to the Spanish commercial documents. So when we say Spanish commercial documents, as we all know, commercial documents are company documents issued by the government entity of the country. So when we have a Spanish document, Spanish commercial document, the main attestation that need to be done on the documents are, it has to be initially need to be verified by a public notary. Once the public notary verify, it will be moved forward. Sometimes some documents need to be verified by the Chamber of Commerce of Spain. In that case, either public notary need to verify the document or the Chamber of Commerce need to verify the document. Once these are stamped, then we will move forward with the further process. So if a parent company based in Spain want to start a subsidiary company in UAE, the basic documents that they need to legalize are trade license, memorandum of association, article of association, share certificate, and board resolution. These are the main documents coming. In that documents, so these documents need to be either verified by the notary public back in Spain or by the Chamber of Commerce in Spain, followed by we will do the translation, we will do the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on the document, and we can even help you with the legalization of the ministry from the UAE embassy. Once this is done from the UAE, from the Spain, then we will proceed with the return of document to UAE, and we will do the Ministry of Foreign Affairs from UAE, and we will deliver the document within UAE. Same like how we want to start a branch to UAE, we always try to start up a company branch in Spain as well. So if a company is based in UAE and want to open a subsidiary company in Spain, then there is also set of documents that need to be legalized. In this case, it will be trade license, share certificate will need to be verified, power of attorneys will need to be verified, board resolution, badge certificate, then MOA and MOA. In these documents, the board resolution, power of attorney, memorandum of association, all these documents need to be notarized by a public notary here. Okay, when we say public notary, they should be connected with the Dubai code or with the Abu Dhabi code. Once they verify the document, only will be able to proceed with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, followed by the Spanish embassy in UAE. So if a document is issued from the UAE commercial category and going to use in Spain, the main attestation will be the notarization document, legalization by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, followed by the Spanish embassy in UAE. Spanish embassy is based in Abu Dhabi, so we will get the document attested from there. Followed by so that it can be used in the Spain. So let's see what are the points to be noted. If documents are issued by any government entity, we can directly submit to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs without any notarization. So documents such as trade license, MOA, and or no, these are like government issued documents. They can be directly submitted to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and to the Spanish embassy without any notary. In some instances, no, the authority will request to get the personal document. That means the signatory's personal documents like Emirates ID, passport copies to be verified and notarized. In that case, we can only do solicitor or true copy verification. If the signatory is having a residence visa in UAE, it can be only verified by a private lawyer, and it is called solicitor verification. To use the documents outside UAE, this is fine actually. This is like a valid document it will be. And now everything is through e-channel, everything is working in Dubai. There is no physical presence of the signatory before the notary. Everything will be done on digital. So if a power of attorney or board resolution want to be notarized by the public notary, we will, after verifying the document, we will upload the document to the public notary website. After that, then public notary will put a link so that the signatory can join on that link, and the verification will be done through the Zoom. Either Zoom, mostly it will be on to Zoom or through the Microsoft Team. We will do the notarization and the verification. When we do the notarization and verification of the signatory's signature, it is always mandatory to have the passport and the Emirates ID of the signatory to be with the signatory itself. So if you have any more questions, you can just come to the chat. We will be explaining the details if you have any doubts regarding this. So these are the main topics we covered. So we had covered the documents attestations, the visa services, the golden visas of UAE, the commercial documents of UAE. And if you have any doubts, of course, you can have have your things on the chat. We will come and explain you. And even we can, if you have any document to be used anywhere in UAE or outside UAE, we'll be able to assist you with the complete process.
I think, Lakshmi, you can take this inquiry regarding off-plan properties.
Lakshmi, there's Vanessa who's asking about off-plan properties will also be eligible for Golden Visa. Maybe you can answer her.
Hi, Vanessa. Thank you for the question. So for offline property, yes, if you have like a like agreement of the property, of course, we'll be able to give you the more information. We want the property agreement to be viewed, and also we required your passport copy so that we can check with the immigration and we can come back to you with the details.
Karen, you can answer this question on equivalency from Jamie.
Yes. Is equivalency certificate mandatory for Golden Visa or exceptions are possible? For Golden Visa, equivalency certificate is mandatory unless you are nominated by a company where you already have a nomination. There will be a receipt of nomination which is given. Then we don't require any further documentation besides your personal documents such as passport or ID copy, or equivalence is not required if you are already nominated by a company. But if not, then equivalency is mandatory for Golden Visa.
Thank you, Karen. Okay, Manuel is asking, is Golden Visa cancelled if the person lose the job, retires, or continue for 10 years? No, your Golden Visa will be valid even though if you lose your job. And also after 10 years, it will be automatically, like we had only had to put an application, it will be automatically renewed. It is like, it will be valid actually. So for Golden Visa time frame, the time frame for Golden Visa will be roughly around 1 to 1.5 weeks. It totally depend upon how fast the immigration approve our application. So when we put the application maximum within 24 to 48 hours, we'll get an update if any additional documents are required. Then of course it will be uploaded by our end, then we will be proceeding with the process. So maximum we can say 1.5, 1 to 1.5 is the total time frame for Golden Visa. Is also asking whether salary has to be from the employer. Yes, the salary should be gone from the employer itself, because when we upload, that means when we submit the 6-month bank statement, they will always recheck with the company authorities actually. So that salary should be there, and the salary should come from the UAE company itself. Nomination, how the nomination work? Nomination has to be done by the HR. If you're working in a company, the HR has to give you the nomination. They have to go to the JDRFA or ICP portal, and they have to nominate you there. And same like that, it won't take much time. Within 24 to 48 hours, the nomination will come. Nomination approval will come. With that nomination approval, we will upload your document along with the nomination approval to the immigration, which will make the process easy. It is if the documents are all in place, of course it's a straightforward process only. There won't be any other conditions. If all documents are in place, like attested degree, equivalency, and NOC from the company, salary, then of course it will be like within like days we can get the Golden Visa. For real estate investor, if the property is sold, then the visa is lost. No, it is not like that. Because when you are getting the property on that time with the property things only, they will be verifying the criteria, and they will be putting the Golden Visa. So if you're selling that property later in future, no, there won't be any issues. The Golden Visa will be still valid.
Lakshmi, do you have another question here in another chat, which is what are the reasons to cancel a managerial Golden Visa?
Let me share it.
It's in the Q&A session.
Yes.
Yeah. Freelance, yeah, because no, freelance actually is possible, because if you're getting a Golden Visa, you are free from a sponsor. That means you can even start your own company here also. So you can stay here in UAE, and we can work actually under that. For freelance, that let me double check with my PRO, because no freelance, I am not sure whether. Usually, yes, it is possible actually. But I'll check and I'll update you. Can you please share your contact number so that I can check and let you know?
Lakshmi, it's in the Q&A. What are the reasons to cancel a managerial Golden Visa?
Okay, so once you get a Golden Visa, no, it won't be cancelled. That means if you lost the job also, it won't be cancelled. It can be, as I explained you are free from the sponsor. You will be having your own visa, and it can be renewed. So once Golden Visa is issued, it is issued and it can be renewed. There won't be any cancellation of Golden Visa. At the moment, there is nothing like that. What is the reason to cancel a managerial Golden Visa? Actually, maybe because of the documents. Maybe the company may be not giving the NOC, of the person is not having a bachelor's degree, because bachelor's degree is the minimum criteria that a person should have for a managerial Golden Visa. If a person is having a diploma or like a polytechnic or like any courses and all, it's very difficult to get the Golden Visa actually, based on the manager category.
So I think we've finished our session. Mata will come
Yes,
over.
I think
Yeah.
lots of questions, and it was very interesting. Thank you so much again. I think it was a great session, and hope to repeat soon. If someone needs to contact them, you can do it through our email or our contact, or directly to GloboPrime, to one of these three ladies. So thank you so much again, and have a lovely day ahead.
Bye. Thank you, Mata.